Okay, so two extra ways on how to know a submissive prostitute is that one, they are not against the act of prostitution or the act of exchanging your body for money. What they are against is the amount in which you got after you exchange your body. If you get a lesser amount, they get mad. Yes, they get angry. So I don't know if you're a man, you've been with a lady or your wife or your fiance is saying something like, see that girl, they fuck her for 5K. She slept with like four boys, and do you know how much they pay her? 10K. Ah, some girls are too mumu. When a lady is saying such sentence, you are with a potential submissive prostitute. She's not doing the act, she's not participating part of the act, but she's talking against the amount taken for the act of exchanging body. This type of ladies, they don't post test traps on their TikTok. No, they don't post because they know what men want. Do you understand? So they come off like that. They are very hardworking too. But that doesn't mean they will not exchange you for a man if they see a higher bidder. And the higher bidder must be very respectful, and they will know that they will also be passive as a virtuous woman. Their whole aim is to be passive as a virtuous woman while still having the prostitute mindset. That is their whole aim. Now, the second one is they are inclined with feminism. As I said, all feminists are what? Sluts. They are prostitutes. So you see them trying to hate misandries. That means women that hate men. They hate women that hate men because of they feel that women that hate men are not smart. Yes. Because if you put out there, you put video out there how you hate men will raise their guards up and not you'll not be able to win a man like that or even get a man to do things for you. But you see, these submissive prostitutes, they are very smart in the sense that they don't put in the sense of like, oh, they hate men or anything like that. No, that will spoil the whole game. They know that being submissive is also a um, a ticket to control your man. So they use that as their advantage. But they still have the prostitute mindset of feminists. So you see them saying, no, I hate all those women that are always talking about how they hate men, blah, blah, blah. But no, I support feminists. So I understand what feminists are trying to do. I support feminism. But you see, women that hate men, that is where I draw the line. You are with a potential submissive prostitute. Yes. A submissive, virtuous woman will not even stand in the plight of feminists. She knows that feminism is wrong. Feminism is a wrong institution. Everybody has their rules to play. A man has his rules and a woman has his rules. In order to start doing it 50-50, you're being stupid. And there is no how anything can be 50-50. A man cannot give birth. So where would the 50 come from? Women cannot join the war front. If they join, they have privileges. You could go check. They are not going to be in oil rigs, in dangerous construction sites. They are not going to provide willingly for another person. No, it's not in their nature. If they do it, you will pay for it, including their children, yes. Go and check from statistic. Any child that is raised by a mother, single mother or his or her mother, the mother will want to control that child. The moment the mother doesn't have control over that child, she feels she has lost and she feels the child has disrespected her. She wants to control that, especially you look at it in a man's life. All those men that are raised by a single mother, do you see how the mother wants to take charge of the home of that man, of that said man? Yes. So if a single mother pays the bills of her child, the school fees, only her do it without the input of the husband, she will have high control over that child. She wants to control his life, person married, the type of work he does, where he's working, what he's doing. 24/7, she wants to know updates because she knows that it's not her obligation to have done that. It was the man's obligation. Forget that she carried him or her for 9 months. These are patterns you can go check. You can ask around. You have friends. You have family. Look around what I'm saying. So any woman that is supporting feminists is a potential slut. Yes, all men are slut. I've already said it, because it's only a man that will open his mouth and say he wants to marry 5 wife, 10 wife, or sleep with this, sleep with that, sleep with anybody. That's the definition of a slut. You sleep with anybody without having connection with that person. And all men are built like that. It's wrong. You have to have control and self-control. That's how you grow. It's wrong to do that, of course, but that's a challenge all men have to build. Have self-control. But a woman that is now trying to support feminists is a potential slut already. Or she just loves the heart that, wow, men can do this without being judged. Also, women want to do this without being judged. The act of feminism is the liberation of women. They want to, that's why they tempt the past that men are oppressing women. So there's no oppression there. The only oppression was that a man can marry many wives or can sleep around without being judged. That's the only oppression. The oppression is men are trying to stop women from slutting around, and the process, they see it as oppression. Telling her not to dress like this, not to go there, be careful with this, that and that. They see all that as oppression. It's controlling my life. I was in bondage in the marriage. It doesn't allow me do this. It doesn't allow me do that. Because she wants to slut. You're with a potential what? Submissive prostitute. So they max it in other ways. So that the one that would, one, I said that the one that what, they are not against the act of exchanging body for money. They are only concerned with the price. If a girl exchange her body for money and get a house and car and become rich and independent, stupid bitch, she will congratulate that girl and say, well, we work for her. As I told, they don't stand. As I told you in the first video, they don't have a stance in anything. Well, we work for her, so congratulations to her. But if it's a girl that exchange her body and gets peanuts, they will insult that girl. They will not involve themselves, because their own way of getting wealth is different. But they will support girls that do that. Their own way, they will get wealth in a virtuous way. They can work hard to get their wealth. Yes, they can get it from a man or something like that. But one thing you should know is they will support stupidity too, which is prostitution. And I've talked about the fraud before. Next is the feminism. No woman in that is fighting for feminism is saying, wow, women should join the workforce, military stance. Women should be 50% too in military. We should go to the war and die. We should go to oil rigs, in engineering, construction, in those type of field whereby men die. They're not fighting for that. Do you think they're fighting for 50-50? No. A woman is fighting for that responsibility. It would be stupid for them to fight for that. They're not doing that. The only reason they're fighting for is their liberation, to do anyhow and be perceived as still virtuous and not be judged by society. That's the only reason they're fighting. So if you have a wife that is in support of feminists, or she's always saying she hates misandrous, you are still with a potential submissive prostitute. Yes, she's still a prostitute. Don't see her as something virtuous. She's not saying something virtuous. Her even standing for feminism, you are failed as a man. She open her mouth and tell you she supports feminism. You are with a slut. You can just smile and go get yourself another wife. It's only with time she will show it. The moment she gets above you. Simple.